guys, what is up? Welcome to the channel and my 36-week vlog. As well, today is even extra special. Not only am I 36 weeks, but it is also my 33rd birthday. So I'm getting to celebrate 2 lovely milestones, which I am very excited about. I already did my bump updates for today. We're getting real big. I know I say this all the time, but I'm really starting to feel big. I just had my baby shower this past weekend. You guys would have already saw my little haul of everything I got. Yesterday and even this morning, I spent some time going through everything, washing what I needed to, organizing what I needed to, because this room, if you guys watched that video, it was a disaster. I still have a bunch of things all over the place and I'm working on it, but it is much better. Like, I got rid of like probably 75% of the things and I figured it out. So I'm very excited about that. It wouldn't be a January birthday or a Kayla birthday without a snowstorm. We had one yesterday. We got like, I don't even know, like 15 centimeters of snow. But today is actually really nice. The sun's out and it's all good. I mean, this is real big. Right now I have like a high-waisted like leggings on, but a lot of the time I'm just like rocking this and then like my shirt's like this, my belly kind of hangs out. And people are always like, why? And it's like, literally I look like the Grinch. I look like the freaking Grinch. Hello? I have a few things I need to actually record today, and I got some PR packages that I want to show you guys as well. And then in like 4 hours, I'm going out to dinner with the hubby and all my in-laws. So I'm just gonna put some makeup on now. I know this video is gonna be a little bit behind by the time I edit and post it, but my birthday is January 26th. I was born in 1993, and like I said, I am 33 years old today. I had a very, very chill morning. Honestly, birthdays are really emotional for me, especially this one because I'm always emotional, but then on top of that, I'm also pregnant. I obviously always miss my mom on my birthday, obviously every day, but on my birthday just because like I wish she could call me or I could see her, or you know, just like I miss hearing her voice. And then I was thinking about, you know, this is my last birthday, like without a kid. My next birthday, I will have almost a 1-year-old son, which is mind blowing. So yeah, I was just like in my feels this morning, but I'm feeling really good right now. I'm just excited to have this like next chapter of life. Like, this feels like this is going to be the best year of my life. I know I say that all the time, but I'm just so excited to be a mom. I was really hoping that the snowstorm that we had yesterday was going to continue on to today so that Alan could maybe work from home instead of having to go to the office. But it is bright and sunny and things were plowed and it's just the roads are good, so he had to go into the office. We are gonna go to Mandarin tonight for dinner, which is so convenient for birthdays because if it is your birthday, you get a free dinner. You have to sign up for something like, I don't know, their newsletter or something, but when you do that, every year they'll send you a coupon on your birthday and you get a free meal as long as you are eating with 3 adults that are being paid for, if that makes sense. So you have to go with yourself and 3 other people, but I'm gonna get a free meal, so that's great. We kind of decided last minute, like literally Alan booked a reservation and asked his family like 2 hours ago, again, because we weren't sure what was gonna happen with this snowstorm, but everything's all good today, so we're gonna go out for dinner. I don't have many gray hairs. I think like on this side underneath, I have like 2, and I have like 1 or 2 on this side, but this morning I literally found one on the top layer of my hair. Like, she is just out there and I was like, oh my god, I am getting old. I know that's just dramatic because 33 is not that old, but seeing gray hairs is kind of like a kick in the butt. Like, damn, life is starting to go by a little bit quickly. My lips are annoyingly chapped right now, so I need to put some chapstick on. I'm gonna do my mascara off camera and then I'm gonna show you guys some PR that I got. These are the 2 PR packages that I want to go through quickly with you guys. They're like mom related. So this was actually sent to me by Ivory and this is from Frida Mom. Literally screaming about both of these PRs. Like, I am so excited. First one we are going to unbox is the one from Ivory. It did come in like a big box, but everything they put is in this like little basket, which is so perfect because I can use this for like laundry, socks, toys, literally whatever. They gave me a little card and they wrote, "Hi Kayla, congratulations on your pregnancy. Life is full of messy moments and we're here to help." It just talks about Ivory Snow and says that it's formulated to be gentle on baby skin and tough on stains. They did reach out to me because they needed to ask for my address, and honestly I thought they were just going to be sending detergent, which they did, as you can see, but they sent so many other things. We also got the detergent like little pods, and this one's pretty big. It comes with 45 capsules. They sent this little toy. Oh my god, it is so friggin' cute, as well as a long sleeve onesie for 0 to 3 months, and it's 100% organic cotton. And it's actually so funny because our like little theme is safari and it has giraffes on it. And then they also did send a blanket, same thing, that has giraffes on it. I maybe could use this as like a swaddle, I don't know, but like I was not expecting all of this. And then again, like this basket is so nice, it's durable, like definitely gonna use this. Now the other package is from Frida Mom. Literally when they sent me a DM on Instagram, I quite literally freaked out because I have no postpartum essentials for myself yet. I haven't purchased anything. So the fact that they sent me this, I was like, oh my god, that's a relief. And then if you watched my baby shower haul, I actually got the same kit from one of Alan's like cousins. First, there's a little handwritten note card and it says, "Hi Kayla, thank you for trusting us to be part of your hospital bag prep. Here's to being ready for the stuff they don't put in the baby books. Brooke and Team Frida." And it is the labor and delivery postpartum essentials kit. I absolutely love the packaging. Like they do such a freaking good job. There's a little card that says to be prepared and it tells you step by step how to use everything that is in here. So it comes in this like little tray, which is really cool because you can actually keep it like this and like put it on your side table or on your change table or beside your bed. I know a lot of women get those like little bedside carts and make like a postpartum kit thing, but like literally this is so perfect. Like it's already arranged for you. So what is included is 4 of these cooling pads, I believe they are. So these are the Instant Ice maxi pads. Basically just like twist them and then you put them in your underwear. It also does come with a pack of 4 regular boy short briefs. It comes with the perineal, is that how you pronounce it? I don't even know. Relief foam. This is made with witch hazel. I know this is gonna save my life. It also does come with 24 pad liners. Again, full coverage and made with witch hazel. And then last but not least, I believe this is the Peri bottle, I believe it's called. Let me see. Yes, it is. So it's the angled bottle that you use to clean up there. Thank you Frida Mom for sending this because your girl was not prepared and now I am. It's a little bit later now. It's about like 5:30. We have reservations at the Mandarin for 6. So I just threw on my dress and we are gonna head out. This dress is from Shein. I don't know if you guys remember. I actually wore this at Canadian Thanksgiving, but it's so different now. Like I just had a little baby bump around that time because I was like just about halfway. So it's crazy to see the change in the bump compared to the first time I wore it. Also, sorry, it is getting dark outside. The sun has already set, so that's why it looks dark when I show you in the mirror. But yeah, this is the outfit. Let's go. I just finished my 36-week growth scan. Got 2 pictures of baby boy, but honestly, they are not the best photos. As you can see, you don't see him very clearly at all, which is a little bit upsetting, but it is what it is. He was very active. She the whole time was like, I can't believe how much he's moving. In comparison to my anatomy scan, if you guys remember, I had to come 3 times because he was not moving and he was so uncooperative. But this time he was moving way too much, but she was able to get all of the measurements and photos and everything that she needed for this, so that was great. For the first like 10 minutes he was just like kicking, like obviously I felt it. It was kind of funny also because he was like almost following her. She literally had the little thing here on my belly and then he would kick right there and then she would move it over here and then he would kick there. So it was funny. She was having a laugh, but she confirmed he is still head down, which is great news. Holy heck. It was also very interesting. It's not as in-depth as the anatomy scan, but she was looking at like his brain, his abdomen, and those types of things. She let me listen to like the sound waves coming from the brain and the umbilical cord, which was pretty cool. And then also like she was like showing me the blood flow sounds. I don't know, it's very interesting to hear what he's hearing inside. At my 3D ultrasound at, I think I did at like 31 weeks, I know I told you guys this, but he had like one leg up at his chin. So I was wondering if he was like kind of in the same position, but she said no, and she showed me he's head down and then his legs are are just like up here, but they're more towards this side. And she was like, do you feel him kicking more on your right? And I was like, yeah, 100%. The ultrasound techs obviously can't say much. The results and information will be sent to my OB, which I'm going to on Friday, so in 3 days. But I am sure everything is okay. I'm just a little bit disappointed we didn't get better photos, but it is okay because he will be here in a few short weeks and I will be taking all of the photos of him in real life. I just pulled up to Fortino's. I don't even know. This might not be even a Canadian thing. This might just be an Ontario thing. Somebody let me know. But it's just a grocery store here in Ontario for any of my American friends or people who don't know what Fortino's is. I'm at that point where I feel like I need to start kind of doing some more labor prep. I've been doing everything like stretching wise, but I keep seeing these like raspberry leaf tea concoctions on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, where you mix raspberry leaf tea with cranberry juice, pineapple juice, and coconut water for just like electrolytes and all of that stuff. There's not really like scientific evidence that this does anything, but women literally swear by it when it comes to labor and like softening their cervix and all of those things. I'm just gonna give it a try. Why not? I know a lot of women start it sooner. I'm 36 weeks and I think some women start like as early as like 32 weeks. I was kind of afraid to start it that early because I just didn't want it to like maybe bring on contractions. I don't know. I was just in my head about it a little bit. So anyways, we're gonna start now. I already ordered the organic raspberry leaf tea from Amazon, which I think is coming tomorrow or the following day. But we're gonna go into Fortino's and get all the juices. Yes. I want to get as organic or pure juice as possible, so we're gonna head to the organic section. I read this Lakewood one is a really good company, and as you can see, the only ingredient is the cranberry juice. They do also have it in the pineapple, but I believe it's sold out because there's none here. For the coconut water, I think I'm gonna go with this one because it's literally the only ingredient is the coconut water versus this one. It's on sale for a little bit cheaper, but it has some other ingredients in it. Unfortunately, I just talked to somebody and the Lakewood pineapple juice is out, so I think I'm actually gonna go for this one. Out of all of the juices, this one is the one with the least like added ingredient. Well, I got the goods because it was organic. It was quite expensive, but it is what it is. I will update you guys when I make my drink or this like little concoction, and I'll keep you updated about how it tastes, how it goes, what I do, and all of that. I'm voice-overing this part because the house was super loud, but Alan and I took everything out and we decided we are going to install the baby car seat. I can't believe it. I'm so pumped. So Alan is just moving my car because obviously the wall is there. We have to put it on that side. So he's just going to reverse it so it's on this side and then it's easier to install. We were gifted this like car cover. I had it on my registry and I would like to try and install it before we put the car seat because I do have leather seats and I feel like the car seat is just going to leave the biggest indent. I don't know how it works, but we're gonna figure it out. This is the back of my car before we do anything. Alan is on top of everything. He has already been looking up, watching videos. Like, we're first timers doing this, so we have no idea what's going on. Because it definitely goes this way because it's like a little pocket, so you can like put, I don't know, anything in there. All right, so this is the little base. I believe we have the Peg Perego Primo Viaggio or Vaggio Nido. This is a whole contraption is called. So this is the base part. It's cool because it has this like extra safety feature where it's like a long, what would you call this? It's like another leg almost. This infant car seat, it's, what is it, 7 pounds to 22 pounds, right? So obviously we're going to keep it on 7 pounds for now.
35 pounds for this thing.
35?
Well, for the base can be used for longer.
We're going to start it at 7 pounds, right? And then we'll just adjust it based on baby after, you know, I give birth. This stuff freaks me out. Alan's like the techie person, so he's like happy to do this, but I don't understand anything about these things.
There you go, that's it. Just shakes around like that.
Ah, yeah! No way! Oh my god, imagine. We'd be the worst first-time parents ever.
See how the ball's moving towards 7 pounds?
Yeah.
That's, you adjust it based on your child's weight. So this is adjusting the angle / leveling it based on.
Okay, I think we finally got it. It's like a lot firmer now, but I just feel like this leg thing can go a little bit tighter, no? Now let's put the actual car seat in, right? This is like you putting him in for the first time, leaving the hospital, huh?
I gotta make sure I know what I'm doing.
Yep. I have no idea what I'm doing, so we're gonna have to do some practice. This is obviously some better lighting, but fully installed. Oh, look how cute. I love the little green. Oh my god, it's so cute. I've gotta practice. So there's like a little latch on the back. Just pull that up. Okay, but how do I put it in?
It just drops into place.
Where? Oh. Okay. I don't know. We have to maybe ask your mom to check.
All right.
She had 4 kids, so. Just got home from my OB appointment and I have some things to update you guys on. So firstly, I'm at 173.2 pounds, which means as of starting weight till now, I've gained 33.2 pounds. I'm just looking at my notes because she told me a lot. As of my growth scan from Tuesday, baby boy is 3.3 kg, which works out to be 7.26 pounds. I'm pretty sure my dad said 7.1 pounds when I was born. So I'm carrying a baby that's even bigger and going to be way bigger than I was when I was born. Like I still have 3.5 weeks to go. She told me definitely expect an 8 to 9 pound baby, even potentially a 10 pounder. And I was like, girl, what? In terms of percentile, honestly, I had no idea about this, but she said they range from 10 to 99, 10 being the smallest, 99 being the biggest, and baby Jukic is measuring in the 92nd percentile. So he's definitely bigger, but she said that he is literally perfect. Verbatim, she said he is a textbook baby because everything is good, other than the fact that he is bigger, but like in terms of like how much amniotic fluid there is and just like all of the things, she said he is perfect. So that is very good and a nice feeling. She did talk about a couple of things. I do obviously want to try for a vaginal birth, and honestly I love my OB. She wasn't pressuring me at all. I know she just like needs to tell me things. Obviously because he is bigger, there is potential that this might have to end up being a C-section, but she was very good. Like she just had to tell me this, right? Like she was like, we're gonna try for a vaginal birth, but we're not gonna know until we're like in the moment, you know? So it's really gonna depend if he comes on his own, or she said because he's bigger, she's not gonna allow me to go past my due date. Also because this is an IVF pregnancy. I guess with IVF pregnancies, the longer you go, the higher risk there is for like stillborn, which obviously we want to avoid. So we still have like 2 weeks to kind of figure it out, but like in between 39 weeks and my due date, like something's gonna happen if it hasn't already. But again, she wasn't like pushy at all. She's just like giving me all of the information. Hopefully he does come on his own. It's just very interesting now that things are winding down. I'm like, okay, everything's gonna have to be go with the flow, and that's kind of why I don't really have like a specific birth plan. It's just we're gonna figure it out. I also had to do the GBS swab, I believe it's called, and honestly, people on social media make it seem terrible and super painful. If that is your experience, I'm very sorry, but like from my experience, it really was not bad. I did it myself. The doctor didn't do it for me, so maybe that gave me a more like comfortable experience. Basically, she gave me like a really long swab and it had like a cover and like some gel in it, whatever. I had to put that in the vagina area and then I had to put it up the butt, and then you put it in this like little pouchy thing that has some gel and you close it up, and then they're gonna test that. Basically, they just want to make sure I don't have this like bacteria that can be transferred to the baby during vaginal birth. So yeah, that is it. I am very tired, so I'm going to be very low-key today and the rest of the weekend. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I did not do baby stats. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure to subscribe to me down below. Give this video a big thumbs up, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.